Hi everyone, we are moving on solving equations with variables on both sides. What can we do? Problem number 1, negative 3 times x plus 5 equals 3 times x minus 1. Well, as you notice in here I have 3 times a parenthesis and 3 times another parenthesis. You know what I can do first? I can divide both sides by 3. Okay, and I know many of you were thinking about multiplying using the distributive property, right? Not necessary here because I can divide both by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Your equation now becomes negative outside the parentheses, right? X plus 5 in the parentheses equals x minus 1. No need for the parentheses. Now, because I have a negative sign outside this parenthesis, think about what happens when you subtract. You add the opposite, right? So it will be plus minus x and minus 5, which basically doesn't need that plus outside, right? So because you have that negative sign outside the parentheses, let's put it the other way, is the same as multiplying negative 1 to everything inside it. So you're writing everything inside the parentheses with the changed sign equals x minus 1. Okay, now you need to decide on which side of your equation you want to keep your variable, and be careful, do not lose that sign, negative sign in front of your x. And I would like to have it on the right side because here my variable is positive, which means to have this negative x here go on the other side or go away from the left side of the equal sign, I will add x to it because minus x plus x cancels out, and you have to make sure you're adding x to the other side also. Okay, your equation now will be what? On the left side you have negative 5 equals, right, x plus x on this column here will be 2x minus 1. What should we do next? Well, I want to have my 2x alone, so I will add 1, and I will add 1 to both sides because minus 1 plus 1 will cancel out. Minus 5 plus 1 will be negative 4 equals 2x. To find your x, you will divide everything by 2, right? Because 2 is your axis coefficient. 2 and 2 will cancel out. You will have just x on the right side, right? Minus 4 divided by 2, negative 4 divided by 2 will be negative 2. And that's the answer to this problem. Okay, any questions? Let me know. Let's do some cleaning here. Probably large squeegee, right? Or eraser, whatever this is. So I know that x is negative 2 for this row. Let's try another one. What colors do you guys like? How about purple? Okay, problem number 2. 6 minus b equals 5b plus 30. I will keep my variable on the side where I have the larger coefficient, right? 5 for this one, negative 1 for that one. I'm going to keep my variable on the right, which means this minus b should go away from here. I will add b to it, and I will add b to the other side. Now, because I'm going to keep my variable here, I will take that 30 away from here, right, and I will take it away from both sides. And now I have what? You go column by column. 6 minus 30 is 6 plus negative 30, right? Which will be 30 minus 6, that's 24. Keep the sign of the larger one in absolute value, negative. Minus b plus b will be 0, equals 5b plus b will be 6b. 30 minus 30 is 0. Okay? Next step, to find b, you will divide everything by 6. Negative 24 divided by 6 will give you a negative 4. 6 divided by 6 will be 1. Negative 4 will be your solution. I hope it makes sense. And I said I'm gonna use purple, but I still have the blue. Anyway, it really doesn't matter. Okay, how about another one? How about, let's, oh, I have to save it right first. How about problem number 13? I got more space to write it. Okay, 3/4 k minus 5 equals 1/4 k minus 1. I'm gonna keep my k, my variable, on the left because 3/4 is bigger than 1/4. That means take away 1/4 k from both sides, minus 1/4 k. That means this negative 5 should go away on the other side, so I will add 5. I will add 5 to both sides. And now you go column by column. 3/4 k minus 1/4 k will leave you with 2/4 k, and we know that that's 1/2. We're gonna get back to it in a second. Minus 5 plus 5 is 0 equals 1/4 k minus 1/4 k would be nothing. Minus 1 plus 5 would be 4. Okay, now what I said here, this 2/4 is actually 1/2. We can write it as 1/2. Now your equation is actually 1/2 k equals 4. How can you find k? Well, you can just multiply by 2 both sides, because 2 times 1/2 would be 1, right? The 2 and 2 are cancelling out. You end up with k equals 8. And that's how you solve that one. Let's try 14. Okay, or 15. Let's do 14 first because it involves some decimals. How about that? Let me change the color again. I don't know, burgundy, whatever that color is. 0.03 g minus 2g plus 3 in parentheses equals 1.8. First thing, you have to remove this parentheses, right? So your equation will be 0.03 g minus, we'll change all the signs inside that parenthesis because you're basically adding the opposite of each one of them, right? So it'll be minus 2g minus 3 equals 1.8. Now you combine your like terms and you have 0.03g minus 2g. Okay, that's 0.03 minus 2. 0.03 minus 2 equals what? When you subtract, you add the opposite. So actually your problem now is 0.03 plus negative 2. You have two real numbers with opposite signs. That tells you that you're going to keep the sign of the larger one and subtract the smallest absolute value, which is 0.03, from the larger one, which is 2, that I can write it as 2.000, as many zeros as I like, right? 3 out of 10, right, you borrow 1 from that 2, will be 7. 0 out of 9, right, because you took 1 unit away from this 2, and that would be your 10 here, right, or your 100 if you want. And because out of that you already borrowed 1, 10 hundredths, right, you have only 9 tenths left in here. So the 0 out of 9, which is 9, bring down the decimal point, 1, right? So the answer here would be 1.97 with the negative sign. I will have negative 1.97 by combining these two terms. And you can also add 3 to both sides to make that negative 3 go away. Excuse me. That's negative 1.97g equals 3 plus 1.8. Be careful when you're adding that 3, right? Would be 4.8. 8. Okay, and now to find your g, you will divide both sides by negative 1.97 divided by negative 1.97. Now here, negative 1.97, negative 1.97 would be g, which should equal, well, positive divided by negative here will definitely be negative, right? Now, because I have decimals in both top and bottom, I will move my decimal point the same number of steps in each one of them, right? So actually your fraction here becomes 480 over 197. Okay, now you can go ahead and divide, but before that you may look for ways to simplify. I know 48 is divisible by 3. How about 197? Well, how can we find that? You add the digits. 1 plus 9 is 10 plus 7, 17 is not divisible by 3, right? So I have 480 over 197. Like I said, you can go ahead and divide, or you can write it as a mixed number. 197 goes in 480 how many times? Is it 2 times? Right, 2 times 7 would be 4, 2 times 9, 8, plus 1, 9, 2 times 1, 2, plus 1, 3. So I have 480 minus 394. 4 out of 10 would be 6, 9 out of 7 would be 8, 3 out of 3 would be nothing, right? So it would be 86. So if you want to write your g as a mixed number, it would be negative 2 and 86 over 197. Okay, I know it's ugly, but this is what it is, right? And let me know if I made any mistakes. Okay, you guys want to do one more? I know. How about number 9? 5 times f plus 2 in parentheses equal 2 times 3 minus f in parentheses. First thing, you use the distributive property and multiply everything that's outside to the inside of the parenthesis. I got 5 times f. 5f plus 5 times 2, 10, equals 2 times 3, 6, minus 2 times f, 2f. I will keep my f's on the left, which means add 2f to the right, add 2f to the left. Take this 10 away from here, take this 10 away from the right side. 5f plus 2f, 7f, 10 minus 10, 0, equals 6 minus 10 would be negative 4. If you don't believe me, take it separately. 6 minus 10 would be 6 plus negative 10, which equals what? What is the rule? They have different signs. Keep the sign on the largest. Subtract the smallest absolute value from the largest would be 10 minus 6, which is 4. Negative 4, that's what we got. Minus 2f plus 2f, 0. 7f equals negative 4. To find your f, you will divide everything by 7, right? Which gives you what? 7 divided by 7. 1f equals negative divided by positive. Negative 4 7. And I know they're not looking very friendly, but it is what it is, right? Okay, this is it for today. We'll do more